Okay, so we need to talk about the CARP test and looking at our sources. Are they current? What's the purpose? Who's the author? Can we rely on them? So we have lots of sources and there's some great information in here. A lot of them don't have authors, so I'm dealing with that again, but we can talk about the sponsor and where the information is coming from. I did find this source from Popular Science, which is a science magazine. And it is by Raoul Rao, and it's what the science actually says about weighted blankets. And so here's the article. There's different links to other topics, and it looks like they're all from Popular Science, but they would be different sources. So if you use those different sources, you would have to use them. There's some information about weighted blankets that I can definitely use, and different authors and names that help me to think that this article has support and evidence. There are a lot of ads, which are kind of annoying, but it's an article that I want to use. And so I'm looking through and I can see all the different authors down here that they're referring to. So this is the information I want. And down here at the bottom, it tells me who the author is. He's a freelance science journalist. He graduated from NYU and is a Doctor Who fan, and I can contact him if I want. I can also Google search him if I put his name in. I can highlight it. And I want to be specific, so I'm going to put his name in, and then I'm going to put in Popular Science because that's the source I'm using the information from. And right here, I get a LinkedIn page. It says that he's a weekly physics contributor for Popular Science. LinkedIn is a website people use to find jobs. So if I click on that, it'll tell me a little bit more about him. So I know he's a freelance journalist. He regularly writes for the IEEE Spectrum, which I could Google. He writes for other popular magazines. He specializes in physical science, space, energy, and technology news. He's been an intern at Popular Science and Physics Today. He worked at a national laboratory. He studied physics and English. So this tells me that I can trust his information if I'm looking at science-based information on weighted blankets. So be thinking about that when you're looking at your sources and the other sources that it links out to. If your search is, if your topic is more recent, remember you can go to the tools button up here and you can say that you only want to know about your topic in the past month, the past week, or the past year. Those are all things that we can be thinking about. So thinking about the CARP test as you're doing your research, how does that affect which sources that you use?